Well, like I said after the game, that's a tough loss. You know, to be in a position to win the game, be right there, turn the ball over. You know, if I had to do over again, obviously I'd call a run play, make it easy. But, you know, we had seen that pressure throughout the game. And what they do is they blitz two guys through the A-gap, Sam linebacker and the Mike linebacker, and play what we call magic coverage, which is 3 deep, 2 under. So they only have 2 underneath guys. Call it magic because it was number 32 was Magic Johnson, so that's where the coverage got its name. And you got to know what the guy's dropping and throw the hitch on the outside. You know, he made some good plays earlier against it. And one that Jalen caught, we were in a different formation, so Jalen was the guy that caught the ball and ran. Kamari caught one on it. Pete got one on it. So I felt like we were executing well against it, but, you know, obviously didn't work out, so it's a bad call. No question about that. But I do really feel like we made some huge strides in the game and leading up to the game. The way we practiced, the way our scout teams helped us in practice. It was the best looks and the hardest effort that our scout team gave us throughout the entire week. Something that we asked them to do and they went out and did it. We did get a lot better in practice, and I really feel like we came out and executed our game plan. Offensively, we needed to mix it up between running the ball and taking some deep shots and getting some easy completions. And we were able to, you know, get it in the end zone 3 times in the first half, get a good lead. We had some opportunities in the second half. We still drove the ball. You know, we still converted 3rd downs. We just didn't get the ball in the end zone like you need to. You know, that bad penalty that backed us up, and we had to settle for a field goal, and we missed a couple. But I was proud of our defense. The number one thing going in, the number one concern was stopping their run. You know, that running back is a real special guy, and we did a good job of stopping their run. I thought we controlled the front, and our linebackers hit the gaps, and we tackled well. But we did give up the 3 big plays in the second half. 2 of them were perfect throws and good catches, you know. So, but we knew that. We knew that going in, that he could really throw the ball and that they had good players. So, but what we have to do is come back and have the same effort in practice. We came back last night and met and moved forward to Georgia Tech. We had a walkthrough. Guys were in good spirits and focused and worked hard at it. So we have changed our schedule, obviously, because of the week. So we could meet longer today with staff meetings and get game plans ready. We practice tonight at 7 o'clock. So, and then probably go again tomorrow night so we can get the work done in the day again. But, you know, obviously I never thought we would be in this situation. But it's something that goes along with athletics, and you got to work at it, fight through it, improve, have a good attitude, and get better.
Questions?
So
I thought we were going to get out of here with no questions.
Not that lucky.
I know, right?
The play works, you look like a genius. It doesn't work, you say it's a bad call. Do you believe it was the wrong call, or do you think that it was just the way it worked out that makes it look bad in retrospect?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's a good way to put it, that's for sure. You know, I've always felt that way, that when you have to make a call, and when it does work out, it's a good call. When it doesn't, it's a bad call. And that, you know, throughout the game, you have those situations. This one became a big turnover, so it ended up being a real bad call.
Do you believe it was the wrong call? I mean, if you take the result out of it?
Yeah, I don't know. You know, like I said, we had executed that all throughout the game, put us in a position to win, and you know, it didn't work.
second guessing plays is also a big part of sports. How do you, I guess, protect from, second guessing amongst the players on the team and keep that kind of stuff out of the locker room?
Yeah, I think the players understand it, and they get to watch the video. They get to understand what the game plan is and watch the video and see the plays that led up to moving the ball. And you know, the execution that we had on Jalen's third down conversion, the execution we had on the 3rd and 2 right there on the sideline. So you get to have an understanding of what we're, you know, trying to do.
Do you worry about, you know, like on that play, you see Jalen throws his arms up, like, it's supposed to come to me. Do you worry about players worrying or losing confidence in their other teammates? Or?
No, that's part of the game.
Yeah.
You know, that's part of the game. That's always a part of the game. The one thing that's really important in sports and in athletics and in competition when you're going to win is your attitude under pressure. You know, and something that you always coach really hard and try to show examples of it. You know, you always see like basketball, it comes up a lot, you know, and sometimes you'll see it in NFL games when the quarterback turns to the sideline and gives it one of these. You know, those are the things that can affect you and your team. So we have to be able to keep a good attitude under pressure and understand it. They're very competitive. They want to win. They have an idea of what the philosophy is of the play and what should happen, but you know, only one guy makes that decision.
Bobby, you said the guys were in pretty good spirits yesterday. Is a game like that more difficult to bounce back from than, say, the previous week against Virginia?
They're all hard to bounce back from. You know, I think the thing that was so telling in the locker room after the game was that, you know, we felt like we went out there and left it all on the field and put out great effort and executed and didn't get the result that was sitting out there for us. So it was, you know, very quiet, very solemn locker room after the game. And you have to, you know, get over that. It takes a little bit to get over it, but one of the things that, you know, you have to do in athletics is put things behind you. Some guys like John L. used to always say, tear off the rear view mirror and look ahead and move forward, as you do in life. So it's always a life lesson too.
Bobby, with that in mind, the rear view mirror, how difficult does that make this week even more so, being a Friday night game and being Georgia Tech in that offense?
Yeah, I mean, it's not any more difficult. We knew it was going to be a Friday night game a long time ago, so we spent some time working hard at it in spring ball. We spent some time, and I'm talking about the defense, because the challenge with Georgia Tech is that it's the only offense that you face that in 5 years. It'd be the only offense we face like that. So you have to do that, and you know, Coach Van Gorder's went against it. You know, a lot of us coaches have coached against Army, Navy, you know, Air Force. So you keep files, you keep, you know, video, try to figure out who's done well against this type of, just when you do get to play them, that you have a background and a philosophy for it. So we spent time on it in the winter. So you already had pretty much the game plan in place and what you want to do, and then you just have to tweak it for the new things that they're doing.
Bobby, no Colin Wilson on Saturday. Is there a change in his status?
No, Colin didn't have a good week of practice, so he didn't dress for the game. He was in the weight room today, and he'll be at practice tonight. He has to come out and have a good week of practice.
Okay. And Malik Staples?
Yeah, Malik is working with the backup group, and he hasn't been able to dress lately. Seth Dawkins, I'm sure you're going to ask him next. You know, he actually tweaked his hamstring in practice. He worked hard to try to get ready for the game. Came out in pregame, he didn't look good in pregame, and the trainers made the decision he wasn't ready to go. I'm hoping that we'll have him back this week, but you know, sometimes those things take time.
I was actually going to say Chandler Jones next.
Chandler's doing good. You know, he had an upper body injury during the game. He go through the protocol, and he should be out there tonight, and no contact.
There was so much discussion with the other teams last week about the new redshirt rule and how, like, for example, Clemson, it caused the quarterback to be able to transfer. Did you expect anything like that with your team, and have you felt the effects of that at all?
You know, we've had a little discussions on it. Like a guy like Jatavius Harris, we've decided to redshirt. We have another couple of guys that we're still discussing right now, and we'll have to make a decision on as the week goes on before Saturday's game. The rest of them look like, you know, they're just going to play. We've got a number of guys that already played in 5 games, and just a few that have only 4. So we still have a couple decisions to make.
Is there a position or position group that Georgia Tech's offense puts the most pressure on defensively?
I mean, everybody, because it's a lot about your eyes and your assignment and your discipline and still playing fast. You know, that, you be careful about coaching too much because you still have to have instincts and play fast, but you do have to do your responsibility. And, you know, somebody's gotta have that dive, somebody's gotta have the quarterback, someone's gotta have the pitch, and then you need a guy running the alley inside out. And then that guy needs to be able to recognize play action pass, because I think they threw the ball 6 or 7 times the other day. But when they're throwing it, they're trying to hit big plays on you, and you know, because you get used to the run. So it's always about the discipline and recognition.